Am I the asshole for blowing up at my daughter for not calling us and being rude about it? Or is what I'm asking too much to ask for? My daughter, 26 female, moved out almost 10 months ago. At first, she called back home frequently, every day, then dwindling down to one time a week. Although we text in between calls, even then she sometimes doesn't respond or goes days without texting. Whoa.
Wow. I mean, this is a common growing pain, right? Like, you know, your kid leaves the house.
Also, I think that's a lot of contact.
You already did a lot of contact. Yeah, like I don't even like
every
even when
day
I moved out,
call your parents.
I wasn't doing that every day when I moved out.
No, there was one period where she didn't call for an entire month.
Who calls anymore? Too. I mean, I'm getting caught up on the wrong details.
What is she? 30?
Yeah.
That block of silence only ended when we stumbled upon each other when we happened to go to the same park one day.
Oh, okay.
Her last call was a week ago when she was driving. She knows we don't like to talk when she's driving for her safety. Even if it's through car speaker, we want her to focus. Last time we saw each other in person was Father's Day. Sounds normal.
Yeah, I mean, if you move out, like special holidays, like I know I see my parents like more frequently than most people. So, like, what if your like daughter like moved out of state? Yeah, you're not gonna be seeing them at all for like yeah. That's just it's just normal shit that happens when.
I know. I can't believe that she's doing that.
Yeah, she's doing that to me. Yeah, she's.
Funnily though, she seems to talk to her brother more often. I often walk by his bedroom and hear them on FaceTime calls and the like. Today they were talking on the phone and my wife came in. I walked in soon after. My wife, who obviously hadn't heard from my daughter in a while, said in an obviously playful, pretend whiny voice, "You never call your parents anymore. You don't want to talk to your old parents anymore."
What? Okay, all right. I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
My daughter took it much more seriously and asked, "Oh, did you call?"
Oh, that is true, yeah.
But I know she was baiting. Okay, Mr. Reddit.
Rage baiting. Like epic fail on that daughter trying to rage bait me.
I know my daughter was just trolling. My wife, still joking, "No, I didn't call recently, but we haven't heard from you." Then my daughter said, "The phone works both ways."
That is true. I mean, yeah, like that is, yeah, I agree with that.
My wife's face fell. I lost it after so many months of patience. My wife is still grieving the mother she lost last year, still coming to terms with her toxic family upbringing in the midst of grief, still having mysterious health issues. All she wants to do is hear from her daughter. To me, she is being selfishly inconsiderate and says something cruel, like to her parents who love her more than anything or anyone. I don't know if it's a guy, if she's so caught up in her new friends who at the end of the day will never give a fuck about her to the degree like her parents do. Or is just so caught up in being on her own that she's forgetting the ones who would love to hear her voice.
Why are you making this a pissing contest of who cares more about your own? I mean, yeah, you guys are always going to care. Like, why? But why is this even a question? Oh, this is so weird. This is the weirdest fucking like dynamic.
This makes me glad I don't have parents or family.
Yeah, I hope my parents aren't thinking like this. Jesus, fuck.
No. I hope not.
Actually, I hope not. Yeah.
We are a very close family. When she lived at home, we practically did everything together.
Yeah, because they were a kid. Yeah, this is not.
She's old. They grow.
Yeah.
From tiny to big.
Wow.
Small,
man.
big. Small, big. Go away. That's what happens.
That's what happens.
You signed up for it.
Everyone forgets that like your kids are gonna become like people one day. Like,
yeah, straight up.
They're not just something you poop out once and you keep forever. Like,
I wonder if you just like forget that when you give birth.
Yeah,
like your brain is just like, all right, time to cut this part out.
Yeah,
I don't want the logic part to get
because no one ever places themselves in the situation like, oh yeah, I had parents and I also slowly lost contact with them, you know, because
I didn't contact them as much as when I was 8.
Yeah, because you're trying to depend on just yourself. I don't know.
I find her age, oh, she's in her 20s, she's young, to be an excuse. Her brother
Chad face, yes, yeah, that's
Her brother is 21, still lives at home, and is happy to talk with us frequently, spend every day together. If it wasn't summer and he was attending classes again after homework or on the weekend, we'd often go see a movie or spend time together otherwise. I am at a loss. Am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for forcing my husband to cook? I, 24 female and married to my husband, 26 male, and his mother have always hated me. Not a good sign.
So, yeah, already.
I was raised in a very wealthy conservative family. Now she has always said that I was a spoiled, rotten, rich brat.
Whoa.
Jesus Christ.
Right, well,
I don't know what made her think I was a brat, but I kept trying to make her enjoy my presence. She does not. Me and my husband have 2 kids, 5 months and 3 months female. All right, 5 male and 3 months female.
Okay.
No, my 5-year-old son... Now, my 5-year-old son has a big sale at his school, and because he was in his school's soccer team, we were excited to do this. My husband has an extreme love for baking, as do I, so we decided that we would bake separate things and sell them at separate booths. My husband chose macaroons, and I choose eclairs. Wow, fancy.
Fancy, yeah.
Yeah, shit. Now... My mother-in-law genuinely believes I have never worked in my entire life, and I have been handed everything that I have, which is completely true. I have never worked. I was given everything my parents, and currently my husband is working husband, while I'm a stay-at-home mom. She's that if I am a stay-at-home mom, my husband should not have to do anything at home and should be able to relax. He does not believe this. He doesn't. He believes that as a working husband, he should still have to do at least a couple of chores, and we share making dinner and breakfast during the week. All right, that's cool. That's great. How did she raise him to be so good?
Yeah, right, yeah.
She seems crazy. A few days later, we were preparing our dishes for the big sale. I had already finished my eclairs, which were resting in the freezer, and he was finished prepping his macarons. His mother showed up uninvited, which never really bothered me, but it was just unexpected. So she shows up, says a sorry excuse for hello to me, and makes her way towards the living room without being invited in.
Wow, all right.
She notices my husband cooking and gets irritated, asking me why he's cooking. I tell her that he's cooking for the bake sale that is at my son's school. She says, why didn't I cook? I told her I did, but he's finishing up his part. He also chose a harder thing to do.
Yeah, true, so...
Well,
I don't know which one's worse, but they're probably difficult. Yeah,
no.
Okay, all right.
You gotta assemble them. She begins raising her voice, making a scene in the house, saying, as a wife and a stay-at-home wife, I should be cooking everything. Should be cleaning up everything. I should be taking care of my husband and kids. Now she started raising her voice, which alerted my 5-year-old. He does not like people yelling. I understand this, and I try not to yell in my house.
That's good. Also, yeah, is the mother-in-law the conservative one? Because I feel like that's some pretty conservative...
That's kind of wild, yeah.
Yeah.
It seems strange, yeah.
Yeah.
So he runs down the steps as he was playing in the hallway, begins yelling at his grandmother to not talk to his mother that way. Dude, based 5-year-old. Obviously, I stop him because I don't want him to get into a fight that he does not need to get into. My mother-in-law starts to call him a bastard. Wow, she needs to be put in her place.
Yeah, she needs to be put in a fucking home, Jesus.
Time for the home. Telling me I need to control my children. We will end up spoiled brats just like me, and I was not upset at her for getting mad, as I know she was raised differently. God bless you.
God bless, yeah.
But her calling my son a bastard set me off because my son was a result of something bad happening to me when I was younger, making him not my husband's, but my husband has always treated him right. Oh, shit. So this made me a little upset.
And rightfully so, yeah. Jesus.
That is crazy that she would call him a bastard.
Yeah. What, like fucking 1900s fucking English mother-in-law? Like, Jesus. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Like, yeah, because he was born out of wedlock, I assume.
Or something bad, yeah. So, like, Jesus.
Well.
Yeah, like...
We know what it is, but yeah, okay. I started to raise my voice and telling her not to talk about my son in such a manner, which caused her to start yelling even more louder and alerted my husband, who was in the kitchen, who had music on, so obviously you couldn't hear her just raising her voice a little bit. So he runs in asking what happened. Why is everyone yelling? Why are we yelling? This guy. And his mother interrupts me trying to explain and starts yelling about how my bastard of a son is out of control, just like his mother. If he could have married a wonderful woman, if he had just listened to her and not married a spoiled brat who also spoils her children.
What a cunt.
set my husband off, maybe. So he told his mother to leave immediately. She got upset and started crying, asking how he could give up his mother for a woman who is not even worth half of her trouble.
Whoa, Jesus
Dude, she is fucking wild.
She is insane. Christ.
Her is hard to leave as I tried to de-escalate the situation, as I did not want to create a rift between mother and son. You are so sweet. My husband told me to stop and then told his mother to shut up and leave before he called the authorities. God, dude, your husband is awesome.
Base husband.
At least your family is like, there are no problems.
Yeah, good. Christ.
Yeah, she left and he told me that his mother was no longer allowed inside the house. I told him that was unacceptable since that's his own mother. Okay, hold on.
Whoa, what?
Okay, wait a minute. You did a Yui.
Yeah, like, I made a little bit of a U-turn, yeah.
He said he won't tolerate such disrespect to his family and went back to baking. Later, we got many calls and texts from his family members telling me off for splitting up a family. It's not your fault, honey.
It's not your fault.
And I began trying to explain, and after hearing me, most of his family came to my side, but asked me to mend things between them. No. Not your job, even. I was fine and tried to do so, but my husband wasn't agreeing and refused to see his mother. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, no, I agree with the husband right now.
I am distraught because I would really hate for him to disconnect from his very own biological mother. So I called his mother up and tried to talk to her, but she only called me names and told me to stop brainwashing my husband to hate her. And maybe if I had a real parent, I'd understand properly.
You really don't need to talk to this mother ever again. Jesus Christ.
I was adopted.
Not the problem. Ooh, fucking God.
So this kind of hit deep. I stopped trying to mend their relationship after she said that, and now his entire family hates me. Am I the asshole? You are.
No, you are.
No. Am I the asshole for forcing my stepdaughter to cut her hair?
Yeah.
I, 31, met my husband, 34 male, 8 years ago, and we have been married for 6. He has an 11-year-old daughter from a previous relationship. I work from home, so I mainly end up taking care of her. I have since she was young. We have a generally good relationship. She stays at her mother's most weekends.
All right.
She has incredibly long, blonde, wavy hair just past her bottom. It's a nightmare to take care of. It frequently tangles, and she always needs help brushing and styling it before school. I'm not a morning person, and I do not like having to wake up early to do a kid's hair.
Bro, if you cut someone's hair off and your excuse is you're a morning person, you're already the asshole.
You're not
a morning person. If that's your excuse...
It's expensive to maintain as she requires more products. She insists on using hair oils, which can cost around $11 and only last a few weeks. She also insists she has to use curly hair shampoo instead of regular shampoo and conditioner, which is often over $10 per bottle. The women out there who pay for a lot of very expensive shampoo are like, yeah. I wish it was over only $10 per bottle.
Oh, God, that's on sale.
And she goes through it at a fast rate. She won't use a regular brush on it as she insists it breaks her hair and hurts. So she uses a wide tooth comb, which takes a long time to brush when she could be doing other more productive things such as homework or helping me with chores. Helping me with chores.
Yeah, hell yeah. What the
got me.
God.
I decided she has become obsessed with her hair.
And what?
And I do not want her to become vain.
How is that vain? She just likes her hair.
So I decided it needs to be cut.
Oh, shit. I feel the, meticulous,
The hair must be cut.
The hair must be gone from this.
I don't see it as a big deal, as I have always had shoulder-length hair, as my hair does not grow very fast, and I get frequent trims.
Oh, good for you.
It's a lot more practical. Honestly, as a woman whose hair grows out extraordinarily fast and is very thick, and I don't have the money to trim it or make it look good,
yeah,
fuck you.
Yeah, I get that, yeah.
Just about that.
Just about that enough is I'm lucky.
I'm jealous of you.
My genes actually are good.
I took her to the hairdressers as normal. In the car, on the way down, she said she wants to make sure the hairdresser doesn't cut too much. I politely explained that I would like her to cut her hair to shoulder length, as at...
How do you politely explain / convince someone in this situation where you want them to do something that you want and they don't want.
But she's a child, so she doesn't get to make a decision.
Yeah,
she doesn't get to have a decision. I politely explained that I would like her to cut her hair to shoulder length, as it has become a burden.
Ah, boo. You signed up for this.
Yeah, it's not even your kid.
It's not even your fucking kid.
Even then, it wouldn't be okay.
Yeah.
But it's not your kid.
But it's doubly not okay.
Yeah.
It's like more not okay.
At first, she thought I was joking. But when she realized, she started to cry.
Yes.
When we got to the salon, the hairdresser was reluctant to cut her hair due to her tears, but I explained the trouble we have maintaining it.
Even the fucking hairstylist is like, why are you doing this?
The kid must have cried so much.
Yeah, if like it's still
the
crying. The
hairdresser's like, I don't know, this is fucked up.
But yeah, I don't want to do this.
And I explained the trouble we have maintaining it and assured cutting it would be best for her. In the end, the stylist agreed and cut her hair. The stylist braided her hair, then cut it. She kept it. Her hair was now just past shoulder length and looked a lot darker. The car journey home was silent. I offered her McDonald's, but she refused. She went straight to her room when we got back.
You know,
when I read that part, I was like, oh my God.
You know what'll help this? A McDouble.
Hey, do you want some chicken nuggets? Is that going to help?
No.
It's not going to bring my hair back, Mom.
Yeah, literally. You know,
yeah,
it's not.
You're right, it won't.
God damn.
That's a great way to teach your kid to eat food to get past emotional pain.
That is true. Yeah.
Just a little tidbit.
This is a good way to get your kid to do that. To never trust you again.
Yeah.
And to never trust people. Fail. Yeah, this is like one of the biggest parenting fails I've seen in a long time.
My husband went up to see her when he got home and apparently found her on her bed, sobbing, holding her old hair. That is so sad.
That is super sad.
My husband immediately called her mother to come and collect her, and as soon as my stepdaughter was out the door, he started yelling. Her mother also came in and gave me a mouthful. Awesome.
You know what? Guys, I will say I'm not usually, pro yelling, but this might be a time where I'm kind of like, this ain't even your fucking kid.
Yeah. Shit.
Jesus.
I explained my reasoning, but my husband wouldn't bulge.
You're gonna cause this husband to fucking remarry that wife.
Yeah, you're driving your husband back into his ex-wife.
Yeah.
Ex-wife's arms. I explained my reasoning, but my husband wouldn't budge. He said if I had issue, he would have done her hair in the mornings and that he didn't mind paying for the products. He was so furious, he said he no longer trusts me around his daughter and doesn't know if he can be with a woman who he doesn't trust with her.
Yes.
This broke my heart. I didn't mean her any harm. I was just so tired and I'm trying to reduce stress. Am I the asshole for not wanting to put the effort into a relationship with my partner's mom? Now, this title is deceptive.
Ooh, okay.
It should be, am I the asshole for not wanting to put effort into a relationship at all with my partner or his family?
Oh, no. Okay.
And, no, you're not.
Just a preemptive no, you're not?
You're not the asshole.
Can't wait.
I never had a good relationship with my mom. I moved out of her house when I had just turned 12. She died when I was 13.
Oh, wow.
The person wrote that shit like it was fucking Shakespeare. No real estate was left, no frilly adjectives or anything.
That was straight
That was a fucking banger to come out in the front, all right?
Okay, all right, yeah.
Moving on. Fucking, when I was 12, I moved out. 13, mom's dead. Let's move on. All right. Okay, so my partner, 19...
Preemptively, I'm sorry, listener.
Okay, so my partner, 19 male, and I, 16 gender fluid.
Oh, God.
What did I say earlier?
What did I say?
Have been together a little over a year. That's an 18-year-old dating a 15-year-old. His mom is his best friend. He has a fairly good-paying job now, and I am obviously in high school.
Really?
Just trying to focus on that so I don't off myself. I do odd jobs for family when I want or need money or something. I first met his parents for real at his graduation ceremony last year. Then I met a lot of his family at his grad party. I'm a very shy person, so I did greet everyone, but only really stood there next to him. Oh, God. At the moment, we were both technically living with my brother, but he was paying $400 in rent at his dad's as well. Eventually, I had to move back to my dad's house, so he moved in with his. I started staying over at his house because we were looking for a bigger house.
Aren't you in high school? Why are you looking at
16-year-old looking for houses is so funny. It's terrible. Why?
Okay, listener, I'm sorry. It's weird even if it was 15 and 18, and now at this point I'm going to call it kind of groupie.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's not great. None of this is great.
I soon realized that his dad didn't like it, so I stopped coming over. One weekend last summer, my brother and sister-in-law asked me to watch their house. So I did, and my boyfriend stayed the weekend with me. That Friday, he offered to go get dog food as my brother was almost out and they wouldn't have money till the next day, and they would obviously pay back. So my boyfriend and I get to the store. Boom, his card declines. We try again, declines. So he texts his mom about checking his balance. She says he hardly has any money left. She shows up at the store and starts screaming at me in the parking lot because, quote-unquote...
Quote-unquote what? Whoa, quote-unquote what?
Her son shouldn't be supplying this stuff for my family, and I probably wouldn't even pay him back because I'm a mooch.
You're 16. What the fuck?
You're 16 years old.
16. Listen, okay, I don't condone 19-year-olds dating 16-year-olds. That being said, if you're a 19-year-old about to date a 16-year-old, one of you is going to be making a lot more fucking money than the other one, and it's not the 16-year-old.
Right. Exactly.
Listen, I'm not.
The mom is really like the 16-year-old should start pulling her weight and start getting a job.
Pick yourself up from the fucking bootstraps.
This makes me so mad. I know it seems like I'm like laughing or whatever. It's because I'm very mad.
This is very upsetting. Yeah, this is.
Need I remind you? He offered. That's not really the point. That's not the point. That's not the point that he offered. He should be paying.
Yeah.
You don't have a job. You go to high school.
You go to fucking high school. This whole situation shouldn't happen.
No, this should have never happened. Need I remind you? He offered. At this point, I'm bawling and I just wanted to disappear. After more screaming, she finally left. I broke down. I couldn't breathe. I was having a full-on panic attack. Yeah, because a grown-ass woman yelled at a 16-year-old.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's awful. I'm sorry.
Because
Jesus.
her 19-year-old couldn't buy dog food.
Fucking
I felt like a gold digger. That's terrible. You should not be made to feel that way, especially at 16 years old.
You're a 16-year-old.
Someday you're going to look back on this and feel like red hot rage for that mom. And you should, because oh my God. We went back to my brother's house and he finally helped me to calm down. He tells me this is how she's acted with everyone he's been with. He hasn't dated a lot because of this. I figured it was best to just leave it alone. I'd always wanted a good relationship with her because I didn't have one with my mom growing up, and I realized I don't know if I could. No, yeah, it's not. That sucks. Am I the asshole for being embarrassed of my girlfriend's cosplay? My 25 male girlfriend, 24, had a double mastectomy 5 years ago. She had breast cancer and thankfully made a full recovery. Unlike a lot of women, she didn't have any reconstructive surgery.
What? I feel like most people actually don't do. Maybe they do. I'm not sure, but like I feel like
what a veiled like my girlfriend doesn't have any boobs.
That is, yeah, and I feel like
she had breast cancer.
You're missing the part where she lives. That is really fucked. Yeah.
Okay, this was before I met her. I'm a big anime nerd. You're an asshole. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm a big anime nerd, and last weekend I invited her to a small anime con with me. She's seen a few episodes of my favorite shows, but she's not into anime.
That's fair, yeah, okay.
She does like cosplay, though, and she works seasonally as an SFX artist at a haunted house near us.
That's cool.
Fucking cool as hell. So when I asked her to go to the con with me, she asked if she could cosplay, and I said sure. She got very excited and said I was going to love her costume. So I'll admit, I thought she was going to do something sexy for me.
Oh, what? Fuck you. That's already a weird, like...
assumption.
Because you automatically assume, because all the cosplayers on your fucking For You page are, like, just the OnlyFans models. You know what I mean? It's not, like, you're not actually into cosplay. You're just into...
women dressing scantily clad.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Get into the weeds of cosplay, dude, where people are making like big Riley cosplays where they're the robot fucking.
And nothing wrong with dressing sexy.
No, nothing wrong with either. Like, keep doing it, please. But
yeah, the For You page dressed in scantily clad is really revealing on your end, Josh. Well, not exactly. The day of the convention comes and she's dressed up at my house cosplaying Dobby from DABI. I don't know. Dobby? Say it. I don't know this anime.
Dabby. I don't know.
From My Hero Academia.
Okay.
Specifically a look he has later in the manga. It's a long white coat over white pants, no shirt. Her entire chest was exposed, and she'd obviously spent hours applying burn makeup.
Ah, fuck yeah.
She has short hair that she dyes constantly. This time she bleached it white and dyed a few red streaks.
Ah.
I wasn't expecting her to show up without a shirt. Her burn scar makeup only covered half of her chest, so you could clearly see her mastectomy scar. It wasn't a very attractive costume, especially since she'd gone all out with the scars and made them look raised and kind of realistic.
Yeah, fuck you. I guess Jesus.
We went to the con. While a lot of people came up to take photos with her, I noticed several others looking at her chest. That evening, she said I'd been quiet all day, and I honestly told her I was a little embarrassed that she was flaunting her mastectomy scar like that. She got mad and said she was making the best of her situation and said I was being insensitive, and she's been distant ever since. I'm starting to feel guilty. Am I the asshole?
I'm in a bit of a pickle. In September of 2020, I started seeing this guy I met at university. Let's call him Lucas. It started strictly sexual, but grew into a relationship. We became official after about 5 months.
Congrats.
However, after being together for over a year, he cheated on me with a new coworker of his, and I immediately broke the relationship off.
Okay, good.
Even after I didn't do anything to spite him, since I still deeply cared for him. Over the past few months, I started trying to build some resemblance of a friendship again, because we're in the same friendship group, and I wanted to be able to see him and be, quote, cool. But 2 weeks ago, I went out on a night out with my friends and ended up making out with a mutual friend of ours. It wasn't meant to be a big thing, it was just something we laughed at in the moment.
Okay.
Lucas found out about this and confronted me by screaming in my face for 40 minutes saying he regretted his entire time with me and that I was like everyone fucking else, etc. This ended with my roommate having to kick him out of our house and having to comfort me. He has not spoken to me since. My friends keep telling me I am not in the wrong here and that I should say fuck him, but I feel deeply guilty still. Lucas did confide in me with some stuff he had been going through recently right before all this went down, but is it my responsibility to still look out for his needs? Am I the asshole in this situation?
Am I the asshole for exposing my sister's sexual history to her newlywed husband and his conservative family?
Weird that you know your sister's sexual history. But okay, let's fucking go.
Yeah, I'm aware the title sounds extremely weird and gross, but please bear with me. Also, throwaway account because I don't want my family to find this post. Not that it's extremely specific.
Yeah.
They won't find it. Don't worry, baby.
Yeah. Well, I live at blah 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 street on blah blah blah.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah, this guy. Yeah. Okay. My male 22, oldest sister Emma, female 28, and not real name. Got married last week to Mike, male 31, and also not real name. Mike and I have a great... I know. He does it for everyone. I don't give a shit.
Whatever. Just say the names.
Mike and I have a great relationship, and he has helped me with my studies ever since I met him back when I was 18. He is an engineer, and I study this at the same program as he has in the same university. Despite having known him for 3 years, I've grown to basically consider him as a brother I never had. Given my love for Mike, I hope this clears out any type of speculation I did this out of spite of him. Of him.
Yeah, okay, so he's clear.
He's clear.
Bros help out bros.
Now
bros
my slut of a sister.
Absolute wench.
Nobody's really talking about this dynamic on this one, and it's really weird to me that this guy's like, I hope this doesn't hurt the husband.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't hurt him, yeah.
But my sister?
He's a
that
sibling.
whore can go to hell. This is so wild.
Yeah.
Emma and I have not had a good relationship at any point in our lives. She has tormented me heavily during my early childhood. But the real issue was all her past boyfriends and any type of relationship adjacent to that. She would always sneak boys into the house and would force my other sister, Jenna, 25 female, and once again, not real name, and I to cover for her. I should also mention Mike and Emma only entered a relationship a year ago. When I first met Mike, he was just a dude who was friend-zoned.
Weird. Okay, weird. This is all weird. What a weirdo.
So weird, yeah. Fast forward to the actual event being Mike and Emma's wedding. Jenna and I sit beside a cousin we were both close with in our teenage years and haven't seen in years. Years. Our cousin kept asking us about some of her ex-boyfriends in a mocking way. This sparked up a huge conversation full of stories Jenna and I had on Emma's many hookups. Our cousin tells us to go outside with her as she needs a cigarette, so we continue our conversation there. Unfortunately, Mike also likes to smoke and overheard some of the stories, and we wouldn't find out until later.
Oh, so you didn't know? They didn't know that he was out there? Oh, okay.
They were just talking shit, and then they went outside, and Mike overheard
and made
them.
It loud. Yeah, so that's...
we wouldn't find out until later, but Mike's mother had also overheard Jenna telling the story of Emma's pregnancy scare when she was 19, and how she told our father that it was Jenna's pregnancy test in the bathroom bin. Word spread quickly around Mike's family, and a lot of his family, including some of his siblings and his father, have warned Mike to get an annulment.
Why are you guys doing at this fucking wedding? Like, why are you guys saying this at this fucking... Wow, you guys are dicks.
Emma is extremely furious at Jenna and I for slut-shaming, and is telling us that we knew Mike's family was conservative, so we screwed up everything by speaking of it aloud with the family present. Mike is angry at me for not telling him about Emma's history before. Jenna does not take any of this seriously, which is understandable, but I have a close relationship with Mike, and I would hate to lose it because of this. I have asked Mike if he wants to annul his marriage, and he did not give me an answer. Am I the asshole?
Am I the asshole for exposing creepy people on my Instagram? Trigger warning, sexual harassment. So I'm a furry on the internet. I make content on TikTok at conventions, and I have a pretty decent following considering I just started the account a couple months ago. I've always worn shorts on my account. I've never seen a problem with them because they're shorts.
Yeah, they're just shorts.
Yeah. But it seems to gain a lot of creepy people's interest, specifically old cishet men.
Oh, of course.
I get DMs almost daily from old men asking me for pics. Mind you, I'm a freshman in high school.
Oh, no!
God. I always refuse and tell them how old I am, but that never seems to scare them off.
Oh, my God.
They always just tell me that I look older.
Oh, no.
Although I might look older, that doesn't give them an excuse to message me and say the most horrendous and detailed things about how they will find me and essay me on the streets. So I post what they say to me plus their username on my Instagram and tell people to look out for them and block them. That's the right thing. Yeah, because they're
a weapon.
Yeah,
amazing.
You're getting pedophiles. You're calling out pedophiles. Yeah,
that's
Jesus.
A pedophile.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I have so much respect for you.
Yeah, I've been told countless times that it's not necessary to do that and ruin their online lives. But I really don't care what they think. Sometimes I feel bad, but I just have to think about all of the children that they could be taking advantage of, and I feel better about leaking their private information. Smiley face. And that's the end of the story.
I love you.
Yeah, no, you're doing the right thing. I mean, yeah, they're pedophiles.
Yeah.